Hey everybody, Tim here with today's episode of Discovery, Season 2, Episode 7, Lights and Shadows. Spock makes his first appearance in Discovery, which is great. He is played by Ethan Peck, who, I'll be honest with you, I've never seen before that I know of. Somebody told me he was in That 70s Show. I never watched That 70s Show, so I don't know. But overall, I think it's an interesting development. It's definitely one that I didn't expect this quickly. So, I mean, in season 1, we saw Sarek, we saw Amanda, we saw Mudd and his wife Stella. So, a lot of minor characters. Whereas, this is Spock. Like, this is the guy that most people think of when they think of Star Trek. I mean, Leonard Nimoy is, kind of the face of Star Trek. No offense to William Shatner, but most people think of Leonard Nimoy. So, anyway, I mean, he's definitely got some big shoes to fill. Leonard Nimoy played Spock from the 60s all the way until his passing in the Kelvin universe, which is really impressive. I mean, even Zachary Quinto, not only played the younger Spock, but got to share scenes with Leonard Nimoy. So it's kind of amazing. So from this episode, Michael goes to Vulcan because she's trying to talk to Amanda about, hey, we still don't know where he's at. And Amanda's like, well, I know where he's at, but you, hurt my son at a young age, and you work for the man, so I'm not going to tell you. And it's just this weird, I really liked Amanda at the beginning, but there's been this weird twist, and I still can't put my finger on it, but I don't like her character as much. Tilly is just a hot mess in this whole episode. And actually, this whole episode is really interesting, except for the subplot. And that's Tilly, where she's like, this is freaking amazing. And Saru's like, Tilly. And she's like, well, you said I can't curse on duty. Which that would totally be me. I have gotten in trouble for cursing at work so much, it's not even funny. So I totally get that. And even when they start to see the time, delay and everything, and she's like, what the frick? And Saru is just seriously, again? So stuff like that's really funny. I loved it. And I even said, when she did say, this is so fucking cool in season 1, I was like, oh, no, I don't like that. And so they've changed it. So, but now it's still forced, but they're making light of it. So I guess it's a step in the right direction. The whole subplot of Tyler and Pike being in the time loop, and then going after the probe, and the probe comes back, but it's more advanced. And I remember when this episode first came out, I don't know what it is about Discovery, but everybody's like, it's the Borg. I mean, first Tilly was supposed to be the Borg queen, and then this probe is now the Borg, and everybody wants to see the Borg in Discovery. I don't know why. It's weird, but I never thought it was the Borg. So, moved along after that. And then, of course, they finally get back to their ship, and everybody lives happily ever after. Whatever. So, the main plot, Michael finally sees Spock. He's crazy, and he has a beard. I don't know why they gave him a beard. Maybe it was to, slowly work him into, the Spock that we know. Hey, what if we show him batshit crazy with a beard, and he'll slowly regain his sense, and then we'll shave him, and everybody will be like, that's Spock! I don't know what they were thinking. If they had just given him, a clean shave from the beginning, I would have probably accepted it more. It just seemed weird, and, especially we just got out of this whole mirror universe thing, so as soon as I see bearded Spock, I'm like, that's not Spock, that's the mirror Spock, because he had a goatee. And that's how you know if people are evil, is if they have a goatee. So, I don't know, it was weird. The whole thing about him, being dyslexic, or whatever the Vulcan name for it was, and they're like, oh, I've heard of that. That's being dyslexic on Earth, which is common. Could you make it more obvious? I'm just curious. Without just blatantly saying it, which they did, could they have made it more obvious? I don't know. Giorgio and Michael, fighting over Spock's mind and everything. And that whole fight scene, which was really well choreographed. And I like where Giorgio actually shoots Michael. And Michael's like, what the fuck? And Giorgio's like, I'm sorry, go. That whole thing was pretty great. We see Ariam, I think is how you say her name. What is she? She's not an android. She's human, but part robot. I forgot the term for that I can't think of off the top of my head. No, she's not a hybrid. Damn it, I lost the word. Anyway, but she basically gets taken over by the computer. So, and like, she's one of those, like, you saw her a lot in the beginning, like in season 1, but she was always in the background. And they've said her name several times, like, during season 2, and now you can tell, oh, she's going to be a main character for the rest of season 2. So that's kind of interesting. And it's still bugging me. She's not an android. What is she? I don't know. I can't think of the term. Where you're a human with motorized parts. I don't know. I should have written it down. Whatever. So you know she's going to be important later on because you see like the 3 little red dots going on. And sure enough, Spock keeps repeating these numbers. And after they blatantly made it obvious that Spock has dyslexia, Michael's like, he's saying them in reverse. Good job. So you plug the numbers in reverse, and it is Talos 4, the planetary system, which is really important to me. I know what it means, but I won't spoil it. I'll leave it for the next episode, because assuming that's where they go, I will see you guys next time for If Memory Serves.